Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to teach you how to do two different types of eyeliner. So the basic eyeliner is pretty much from like inner corner to outer corner. It's just covering this basic lash line or base of the lash line. So what that is going to do, it's going to make your eyelashes appear a lot darker and a lot fuller. Also, if you plan on wearing falsies, it has your lashes something to sit on. So the one I'm using, I find this a lot easier. I find like pens and liquids a lot easier than, I know how to do the gels and the brushes and stuff, but I just feel like that's too much of a hassle. It's more brushes to be cleaning. No one likes cleaning brushes and build up all that stuff. And also it's not as dark and pigmented as I like it to be. So, oh my gosh, I have eyeshadow on the bottom of my chin. The pen I'm going to be using is a Revlon Color Stay pen. And it's just a basic, like felt tip. Really, ooh, that's not cute. Basic felt tip pen to show you how I do a basic eyeliner. I just do this on my, like, no eyeliner type of things, but I'm still planning on wearing falsies just so it has something to sit on. Like, the thing with liquids and pens is that if you put it in the inner corner of your eye and it actually gets in your eye, it kind of burns, like, not gonna lie. But with gels, it doesn't burn. I still prefer using this, and I feel it lasts a lot better. It goes on a lot more pigmented and opaque, and yeah, I like this method, and I've used this method for years. Ever since I was like 14 years old, I've always used the liquid eyeliner method. So you're not gonna start like at the very like inner corner right here. You have to use like a pencil for that. You're gonna start right here. You're gonna pretty much start where the lashes are pretty much thin. They're very, very thin in the inner corner. And you see how I'm holding my brush, my pen? I'm laying it sideways. I'm not directly like going into my eye because I can lose control that way. I have more control having it sideways. So I have it sideways, and it's almost like drawing. It's almost like drawing in between the lines, like as if for a coloring book. So, keeping it sideways, keeping it at the lower lash line. Okay, and pretty much, you see the difference? Like, here's one with no, here's one with it. Now that we have the basics on, that was the hardest part. You can go back to your pen and you can start thickening it up. Pretty simple, really cheap. This is only like what, $6? I don't know. It's from Revlon. Now I'm going to teach you how to do liquid eyeliner and winged liner, I should say, liquid wing liner. And I know a lot of people, and I do get questions a lot of how I do my eyeliner. People always want me to do their eyeliner when I'm doing makeup on a client, or I'm just practicing because I have an event to do. What the wing pretty much is doing, unlike this one, it's pretty much darkening up the lash line, making it a lot fuller looking by the time you finish with mascara and all that stuff. What the wings is going to do, it's going to elongate the eye and it's going to lift it in a positive way. So it's just like elongating it and making it very high and lifted, and that's what we want, is to be very perky and not very saggy. We want to head north, we don't want to head south. So the liquid eyeliner I'm going to be using is Glam Eyes. This is by, who is it? Glam Eyes by Rimmel. With this particular one, and all the product is in here, and this is a little tiny brush. This is a really very skinny brush. Very precise, very black. I've used Urban Decay's as well. So I'm gonna do this eye. I'm probably gonna fast forward it. You guys can pretty much watch me do this eye, and I'll explain what I'm doing on this eye. itchy, but I want to scratch my flakiness off. Same thing, and sometimes resting your elbows on a counter is a lot easier for you to have control. But I'm not going to do it because I'm in front of my camera. So, same thing. It's not directly into my eye, it's sideways, and I'm not starting like right where my tear duct area is. I'm starting a little bit like farther. So, sideways. There we go. There's your basic line that we did earlier. Only thing with liquid eyeliner, it takes like a few more seconds for it to dry rather than like a gel. A gel like almost immediately dries. With this, it takes a while, so you kind of have to like keep your head down. That's what I like to do. I like to keep my head back, and so I'm looking down into my mirror. I'm keeping my mirror down here. And right at the end of right here, you see like your lower lash line, like right here. You're just going to pretty much, this is how the elongating starts. Like where your lower lash line is, you pretty much just continue where it would go if your lashes actually legitimately went up here. But flicking it is going to give you the straightest line and the pointiest tip, rather than making little baby strokes. It's gonna, you know, give you little jagged edges. It's not gonna give you the most precise tip, because when you're winged eyeliner, you want it to make a really crisp tip, so it almost like dissolves into nothing. You don't want to make like it rounded, or you don't want to make it rounded. You don't want to make it too square. You don't want to make it too jaggedy. You want to make it as pointy and almost disappears into nothing as best as possible. So best method I found is to just flick it and don't stroke it. So right here, there you go. And then you don't want to start at the very tip, because as I said, you want it to dissolve into nothing. You want to start, see here's the tip, you want to start a little bit down there, just so that can be the point to it. And there you have one. See, I flicked it up. I didn't start at the very tip. My tip is actually right here. Start a little bit lower. Dragged it all the way down into my lash line. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill in this blank area. What I'm doing right now is just making the hard part's already over. What I'm doing right now is pretty much just smoothing everything out, so there's no like jagged edges from me creating the wing, and from the wing to back to my lash line. I'm just smoothing everything out so it's nice and it looks like wings, looks like it's effortlessly. We're pretty much done with the wing. And the only thing about liquid eyeliner is that you can get it on your lash line. So what I just like to do is I just like to just pinch it off. Just pretty much pinch off the liquid. Also, I am not a huge fan of tugging the eye. I am very, very against it. Back when I really didn't know much details of makeup or like, you know, tips and tricks, also kind of let it dry. But anyways, back before I like knew like tips and tricks and all that stuff for makeup, I saw, you know, like YouTubers, because I go on YouTube, like YouTube isn't as big as it used to be back in like 2008 and stuff. What I would do is I would watch the YouTubers. I would just like go on YouTube, you know, to listen to music, and then sometimes I see like really cool makeup tutorials. I watch it. Like, it wasn't too often, you know. I didn't really. I learned more details of makeup now from YouTube, but back then I just pretty much watched my sisters. that's how I kind of like learned. And I picked up, my sisters always wore winged eyeliner, so I would always watch them. But anyways, so I would see, you know, people from YouTube tugging on her eye, and I also saw my mother tug on her eye. My sisters not so much, they never really tugged on their eye, but my mom did. So, you know, I thought like, oh, that's like the proper way to do is tugging on your eye. No, that is very incorrect. Tugging your eye, tugging your eye makes premature wrinkles, and it's almost like, you know, your skin's not a balloon, but it can be like compared to that, just because like same idea. Like when you have a balloon and you're pulling on it and you're stretching on it, eventually the balloon, what's that word called? Like the stretchiness of the balloon just stays there. Like it doesn't go back to what it used to be. Same thing with your skin. Like the more you pull on it, like it'll just start to stretch and it won't go back to the way. There you have how to do winged eyeliner. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and go check out this tutorial of my eye makeup very soon. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.